Okay, this is Daniel Faalele, and he can play right guard, he can play right tackle, you could make him play left guard, but mainly he's really good at right guard, right tackle, but he can play left guard as well. So remember, well, some of you who know this, and I got receipts on other channels, my God channel and my other two channels. Years ago, I told you guys that the that the NFL would go back to being a run heavy league or a running league, which is what I said. And I would even use Madden and just show you unique ways of how you can have success running a football. But that was just me just trying to show you using a video game. But I told you that it would go back to being a run league, just the way it used to be in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it was because of the salary cap and how much quarterbacks will be getting paid, will make, and how that will negatively impact the rest of the roster as it relates to, or in terms of you being able to retain top talent or key talent. And because of how expensive the quarterback is and the emphasis put on passing the football, then other positions married to a pass-heavy league or a pass-heavy attack, those salaries will go up, which will really hurt a team as it relates to keeping quality rank and file members, quality brick and mortar members, quality key players. And that will hurt your roster, and you can have maybe 2 years of success, maybe 3, and then you'll fall off a cliff. Maybe you'll just have 1 good year and then you'll fall off a cliff. It's not sustainable long term, okay? And these contracts are only going up and up and up and up and up, right? They're getting more exorbitant. And it's getting to the point where quarterbacks are going to start demanding equity. They're going to start demanding 100% guaranteed contract with equity. You will see, if this doesn't end, which is going that route, you will see quarterbacks making $500 million guaranteed plus equity. That's just the way it is. So, but as a result, because it's so connected, left tackle's salary is unaffordable. Okay? Because of that, wide receivers' salaries are unaffordable. Because of that, the receiving tight end salaries is now unaffordable. Because of that, defensive ends who are tasked with stopping the quarterback, their salaries are now unaffordable. And because of that, cornerbacks who are tasked with stopping the pass game, the wide receivers, their salaries are unaffordable, okay? So because the league is a pass-heavy league, it hurt the salary cap in terms of you being able to keep quality pieces because the quarterback is taking up so much of the cap. And it will only go up, 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 even as the cap inflates, okay? It's still gonna go up, 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 up. And connected to the passing game is the left tackle. Connected to the passing game is the wide receiver and receiving tight end. Connected to the passing game is the defensive end and cornerbacks. And all of those positions are the positions that are the most unaffordable. The salaries are the most exorbitant. Okay? So how do you stymie that? How do you slow that down? How do you combat that? How do you fight against that? You go back to one of the most affordable positions, but one of the most vital positions. And that's the running back. The running backs are the most affordable players in football. And without the running game, you essentially have nothing. How do we go back to that? And if we go back to that, we can afford to keep quality rank and file brick and mortar players, quality key players. All we need is a great multiple good running backs to great running backs. They're all affordable. Fullback, run blocking fullback, run blocking tight ends with some catching ability, receiving ability, like you just saw with the Jaguars with Nate Borkacher. That's where all of this is going. Kerry Kittles, okay? Affordable are right tackles and right guards, extremely affordable, especially right guards. Fullbacks, extremely affordable. Run blocking tight ends, extremely affordable. Running backs, extremely affordable. Okay? And game managing quarterbacks are extremely affordable. Okay? So you offset things. So by doing that, the salaries for pass rushing defensive ends go down. Now you need run stopping defensive ends. Okay? You need edge setters. You don't need speed rushers. Okay? You don't need speed rushers. What you need is someone who is going to help collapse the pocket right with the interior line. They're going to help set the edge, and they're going to help stop the run. And if they get to the quarterback on the way to the running back, so be it. So what you're going to see, it's going to go back to defensive ends being 270 plus, 280, 290, 305, 310 pounds. Okay, which will benefit red zone and goal line situations as well. Short yardage situations. So the premium pass rushing defensive ends weighing 230, 235, 238, 240, in the 240s and the 250s, or in the low to mid 260s. And they run a 4.7, 4.6, 4.5, 4.4. Okay, that's gone. That's essentially gone. Those are the guys making all of this money, taking up all of this money. They're gone. Okay? The Aaron Donald defensive tackle, 6 feet, 5'11", 6'1", 6'2", 290, 280 plus, 276. And they're really good with interior pass rushing moves to really get to the quarterback. If they get to the running back, that's great. But they're really there to get to the quarterback because most interior offensive linemen aren't comfortable, aren't familiar with those kind of pass rushing moves. Normally, that's for the left tackles and right tackles. Okay. So those salaries go down. The Aaron Donald types, that go down. Those salaries go down. That goes down. Now we're getting into defensive tackles who are 6'7", 6'8", 6'5", 6'6", 6'4", 333, 350, 360, 370, 380. Bull rush, rip. Okay? Push the offensive lineman in the quarterback's lap. Run stopping. And those defensive tackles are extremely affordable. And then we get to affordable linebackers, where these aren't converted safeties. Safeties converted to be linebackers. These are actual real linebackers, which is what you've been seeing like the last 3 NFL drafts. Linebackers who are 6'3", 250, 6'4", 250 plus, 260, 6'5", 260, going back to the 90s, going back to the super early 2000s. 2000, 2001, 2002, 1999, 1998, 2005. Heavy jumbo linebackers for run stopping the run with a little bit of coverage ability, Okay? Very affordable. And then that takes you back to the original strong safety. Physical, in the box, run stopping strong safeties weighing 230, 235, 238, 228, 229, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 6'1", 235. Hitters, 6'2", 228. Hitters, physical. And those kinds of strong safeties are very affordable. Okay? And so that brings down the asking price of cornerbacks. Okay? Because the emphasis isn't on passing, it's on running. And so the coverage corners, their asking price isn't what it is now. It won't be what it is now. That goes down. Okay? All of that goes down. All of it. All of it goes down. The free safety salary goes down. The cornerback salary goes down. The pass rushing defensive end salary goes down. The left tackle salary goes down. The quarterback salary goes down. The receiving tight end salary goes down. The wide receiver salaries goes down. And now you get to afford to keep quality players, which will make sure that your roster has quality depth and will increase competition in the league, which will increase parity, which will make the NFL much more fun to watch. Now, I'm not saying all 32 teams will do that, but at least 58% or is over six. Let me just be fair. Over 60% of the NFL will become a run league, will become a run team. Over 60%, they will be running teams. I'm not going to say run heavy, but they will be running teams. Some teams will go run heavy and they'll find great success, but the majority of the league will be a running team. Okay? Running teams in this league, making the league mostly a running league again. Okay? People forget that the glory Hollywood position used to be the running backs. So I want to show you. So this guy is 6'7", 380. They're wondering why the Jaguars traded for this dude for a late pick. And the reason is because the Jaguars are putting a heavy emphasis on running the football. That's one of the reasons why they drafted Nate Borkature. That's one of the reasons why they kept Brenton Strange. Okay. That's one of the reasons why they were okay with letting Travis Etienne go. And now they have 4 to 5 running backs who are one cut or power backs. And that's just what that is. They're either one cut or power backs. Trevor Lawrence is a great premium value add. He's a game manager, but he's an elite game manager. Okay, so that is a huge value add. The fact that Trevor is truly a game manager, but he's so talented, it makes him a elite game manager. Now, listen, eventually he could fill out. but right now he's still developing. So technically right now, he's one of the most elite game managers in the NFL. The best elite game manager is Sam Darnold. Okay. Currently right now, the Jaguars have one of the top 5 best elite managers, or at least top 10. You got to put Trevor Lawrence in that. That's all you need with a running team is a game manager like Trent Dilfer. That's all you need. And you'll win. You'll win. It's really, really simple. Sam Darnold proved it. Okay. So that's why you see them make these moves. So I want to show you something. So we'll go here first. As you can see, here, PFF grades. So this is for Daniel Faalele. Okay. PFF grades. Now he's 56.7. That ranks him 55th out of 81 qualified guards. His weakness his perceived weakness is pass block. He's only allowed 10 sacks his entire career as a starter. So in over 30 starts, he allowed 10 sacks. Okay. So his pass blocking is 60. That ranks him 54th out of 81 guards. His run block is 53. That ranks him 63 out of 81 guards. 63rd out of 81 guards. Oh, wait a sec. I thought he allowed 10 sacks. Maybe that was 10 penalties. Okay, I was thinking about the penalties. All right. He only allowed 4 sacks and 3 hits and 30 total pressures on 1,011 offensive snaps. 5 penalties. So with over 1,000 offensive snaps, he only allowed 4 sacks. Think about that. For his career, his penalties, including holdings and false starts, are 10. So for his entire career, he's only allowed just 10 accepted penalties. He's 370 to 380 pounds, 6'8". One of the heaviest players in the NFL. Okay. So that's very significant. That's extremely significant. Extremely significant, right? So let's move on. Let's go here. So I want to show you the trend because I want to back this up. I want you to see that there's proof of this. And I've been saying this for over 10 years. I've been telling everyone, this is where it's going to go. This is where it's going to go. This is where it's going to go. I mean, I'm the one who told people where defense would go. And that's what you see the defense is today. Anyway, so recent run pass data, league-wide pass rates approximate based on attempts. The peak, 2016, 59.3%. Okay. In 2024, 56.6% pass, one of the most run-heavy seasons since 2010. In 2025, 56.2 pass, even slightly more run-oriented. So you see where it's trending. So you're going from 59% all the way down to 56.2%. In 2025, several teams actually ran more than they passed. Baltimore, Buffalo, and others like Seattle, who won the championship, Washington and Green Bay, near or over 50%. Rush attempts have held steady or edged up relative to the pure pass era, while total passing yards league-wide dropped to some of the lower marks in over a decade, even accounting for the 17-game schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been preaching this for over 10 years, and it's happening because I saw the way the salary was going. I saw the way the salaries were going for these quarterbacks, these left tackles, these defensive ends, and these cornerbacks, and these tight ends, and I said they're going to take it back to the running game. Remember, the NFL is a business. It's a business at the beginning, middle, and end of the day. It's all about money. Okay? It's all about making money. And it's also a vanity project for these owners. And these owners want competitive teams. And you can't have a competitive team when several positions are taking up all of the money. That will only last for a little bit. And it'll dissipate. It'll go away. You got to start all over again. So there's no long-term sustainability and no long-term viability. And going that direction is a non-sustainable business model. It is counterproductive. Okay, it is asinine. It makes no business sense. Okay, now we're not done. Heavier personnel and under center usage, more multi-tight end sets, occasional 6 offensive linemen, and a notable drop in shotgun rates, especially early in the 2026 preseason. This supports better run blocking and play action. Point number 2, RPO decline. Run pass options have fallen for 3 straight years, with most remaining RPOs being design runs rather than true options. And the final point, efficiency context. Passing is still more efficient on a per play basis in most situations, but the gap has narrowed somewhat as rushing efficiency improved in recent years before defenses adjusted. Okay, so this is why you're seeing in this draft, the last 2 drafts, especially this draft, the heavy linebackers, the heavy defensive ends, the heavy defensive tackles, the more physical, strong safeties. And so you saw teams counter that trend of certain teams catching on. And so teams like the Jaguars said, well, we're going to go after run blocking tight ends with a little bit of receiving ability. Nate Borkature. This is where it's going. So as you read right here at the final point, point number 3, efficiency context. Passing is still more efficient on a per play basis in most situations, but the gap has narrowed somewhat as rushing efficiency improved in recent years before defenses adjusted. That's why Seattle won a Super Bowl. The pure pass at all costs analytics era has moderated. And that's why Seattle won a Super Bowl. You couldn't catch up. You're running out here with light personnel, with coverage personnel, pass rushing coverage personnel on defense. I'm meeting you with mauling ruthlessness. I'm meeting you with ruthlessness, mauling. You don't have the weight for this. You don't have the physicality for this. You don't have the mindset, the mentality to stop ruthless maulers. And with an elite game manager, you don't have it. We do. Period. And that's what happened. And that's why Seattle won a Super Bowl. That's why Seattle won a Super Bowl. That's why the 49ers have been so successful. If Brock Purdy isn't messing it up. Physical, run the football, elite game manager, run blocking tight end with receiving ability. Mauling. That's why they were successful. That's why they were successful. That's where this thing is going, and it's going to go full on. That's why the Ravens were so successful. Listen, Mark Andrews fumbling and missing some catches, and sometimes Lamar not being able, and other teammates not being able to hold their own weight on offense and defense. But the Ravens really successful. Why? Running the football. running the football, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it is. But one of the key reasons is what? The salary cap. The NFL, they see the projections. They see what's coming down the road. Extrapolations, estimations, projections. Okay? They see these things. And they know it's getting to a point where quarterbacks are going to be asking for $500 million guaranteed, plus equity. It's getting to, we just saw the cornerback from Seattle get over $100 million guaranteed. We saw the contract Myles Garrett got. We're seeing the contracts wide receivers are getting, top wide receivers, receiving tight ends, left tackles. This is out of control. Can't happen. The league won't let it happen. So how do we reverse that? So where we can make this league continue to have even greater parity and be more it can't have parity if it's not competitive essentially across the board. That's why the NFL is the greatest league, is because of the parity. That's one of the key factors. Well, once the parity is gone, because there's not a lot of competition, then the NFL ratings suffer, attendance suffers, interest, when it goes away, it dissipates, right? So you have to handle the salary cap. You can't handle the salary cap if the quarterback is making $300 million, $500 million. If the wide receivers are making over $100 million guaranteed, the cornerbacks, and it can't happen, you guys, just can't happen. And so you got to go back to the run game. That's what this is about, y'all. That's what this is about. You have to go back to the run game. End of. And that lowers the salary for all of those premium positions. Defensive that are now premium. Pass rushing defensive ends, left tackles, quarterbacks, wide receivers, pass receiving tight ends, okay? Cornerbacks. All of that stuff goes down. The Aaron Donald type interior rushers, that goes down. All you need is a Sam Darnold, a damn good game manager, a good running back room, run blocking offensive line, fullback, run blocking tight ends with catching ability, receiving ability, run stopping defensive line, run stopping linebackers with some coverage ability, run stopping strong safety with a little bit of zone coverage ability, physical corners, and you play mainly zone, physical corners, okay, and a coverage-free safety with a little bit of hitting ability, a little bit of physicality to them. You play the field position game with a quality kicker and a quality punter, and guess what's going to happen? You're going to win a lot of games, or you're going to find yourself in the playoffs every year until the rest of the league catches up. And then when the league catches up, we have full-on medieval war. And that's when everyone is sitting on the edge of their seat every Sunday, every Thursday, every Monday, whenever the NFL plays, and it's going to be a bloodbath. And everyone is going to say, this is the NFL I fell in love with. And then the new fans are going to say, I never experienced this NFL before. It's physical, but I like it. I love it. This is the way football was meant to be played. Okay? All right? Now, the scary part of that will be potential concussions, but the NFL is making sure that they have contingency plans in place. Okay? Right? So what's happening now to mitigate a lot of this stuff is the technology for advanced helmets and the opportunity to wear guardian caps over your helmets in games. So the advancement in helmet technology And the option to wear guardian caps allows the NFL to have this league to become more physical. And we saw how physical this league was last season. The NFL was the most physical we've seen since 2011, 2010, 2009. That was the most I swear to you, y'all, look at the NFL last season. We have not seen the NFL be that physical in years. And I'm talking about since 2011, 2010, 2009. The NFL was letting late hits happen. The NFL was letting wide receivers get crushed. The NFL was allowing all kind of physicality last year, and I loved it. I freaking loved it. But it wasn't surprising to me because I've been preaching this for over 10 years, okay, that this is the way it was going to go. That's why when I create my franchise in Madden, I've been doing this every year. That's why I even in college football, load my team up with a running attack and run stopping, and I'm winning Super Bowls and I'm winning college football playoffs. I'm winning the Natty. And I'm the greatest coach ever in college football and in the NFL. And then you'll see the game catch up, the algorithm. The AI will start generating run-stopping linebackers, prospects, run-stopping defensive tackles, run-stopping safeties, right? Run-blocking offensive linemen, more physical offensive linemen and tight ends. You'll see this, more physical wide receivers to block, to run block. That happens in college football, the video game, and it happens in Madden. More so even this iteration. It's the algorithm. The AI, it catches up to it. The NFL, as they say, has always been a copycat league. Oh, wow. So Seattle won a Super Bowl being the most physical team with a game manager. Let's go. We saw Liam Cohen's success with Tampa Bay. Running team, physical, tight ends, okay? Being a coordinator with an elite game manager. Baker Mayfield is an elite game manager, okay? That's who he is. Baker Mayfield is not Tom Brady. He's not Joe Montana. He's not John Elway. He's not Peyton Manning. He's not Dan Marino, right? That he's not that. Baker Mayfield is an elite, formidable game manager, and he has success. He comes over to the Jaguars. The Jaguars have an elite game manager, and he's running the football. And at one point, Travis Etienne could have led the league. Could have won the rushing title. He took the ball away from Travis Etienne, which was a mistake. And then he got back to it. But running the football, getting your tight ends involved until Brent Strange got injured, but getting your tight ends involved, run blocking wide receivers, putting a premium and emphasis on run blocking with the wide receivers, a physical wide receivers who can go across the middle and make the tough catches, Jacoby, Parker, leaning on your kicker, leaning on your punter for field position. And what happened? Jaguars, if they didn't screw up against Buffalo, could have made the Super Bowl. Potentially could have won a Super Bowl. That's what this is, y'all. What did Liam Cohen do? Because he didn't have the roster he really wanted last year. That shows you that he's quality. He didn't have the roster he really wanted. So what do you think is going to happen this year? What do you think is going to happen this year? And we saw it in the preseason. The Saints couldn't keep up with the physicality. Even though we're dealing with second, third, fourth string dudes, the Jaguars are just the more physical team. And it wore down the Saints. And the Jaguars won the game. Doing what? Running the football. That's how they won the game. They were the more physical team. You can call it intangibly rich. That's fine. But they were the more physical team, and it wore down the Saints. And the Jaguars won the game. The Saints are not a physical team. Okay? And so, like, that's the situation. That's what that is. I just wanted to clear that up, because what you're going to see or hear if you're a Jaguars fan, okay, what you're going to hear is people on Jaguars sports radio, local sports media, content creators. They're going to question the pick. They're going to bring up some little crappy highlights of Daniel, of where he got exposed. But they're not going to give you context. They're not going to contextualize it. And they don't understand it. They don't understand the trend. They don't understand where football is going, you guys. They just don't get it. They don't get it. So I just wanted to highlight that before you start hearing Jaguars media and content creators and everyone on Twitter say all of the wrong things and lead you down the wrong path. I wanted to make this clear and comprehensive. Okay. And I could show you some things in Madden as well, so which is what I want to do. So, oops. Yeah, let me go here. Let me start the live stream, go live. Let me let that catch up. Yeah. Continue franchise. I gotta continue my franchise. I'm well off in it, but you know, I could show you some things. I can actually. I don't really want to do that. I want to continue with this franchise because it's getting close to us being in the playoffs. So I want to continue this, and there's a lot of people complaining about franchise mode, which is a joke. These are grifters. That's all they are. And they make their money. Their content is based off of hating on Madden and complaining. And so they don't understand football. They don't understand these video games. And neither do their viewers. And they're being duped and finessed by a bunch of grifters called content creators. They're on Twitter. They're on Reddit. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitch. And they're lying to you. They're a bunch of grifters. It's all on brand. And so then I got to come clean all of this up. Okay. So let me go to Twitch real quick. Let me get out of this. Let me go to Twitch. Okay. And we're live. All right. I'm going to make sure that's down. Okay, be patient with me, people. Hold on. Be patient. Be patient. Now, listen. Going in a different direction from talking about the WNBA, it's going to be rough at first. You know, the views aren't going to be there because this channel is mainly about WNBA content, women's basketball content. So the views aren't going to be there. On top of just me being the most hated person on YouTube covering women's basketball, that's definitely not going to work. But listen, like I said before, what happens is that if you're persistent and you're consistent, what happens is that you start to get new viewers who are tuning in for gaming content and sports content that has nothing to do with women's basketball. It'll start off small. I mean, that's how I built this channel. I have multiple channels. And you always start off with 5 viewers, 1 viewer, 3 viewers, 10, 16, 20, and then it just builds. Okay? That's how it goes. So this isn't anything new for me. So yeah, there are people on the WNBA side and women's basketball side, they see that I'm streaming right now, but they're not going to watch. Why? Because it's not about women's basketball. Okay? And so that's what it is. So I'll have some gamers, they'll tune in, and then some Jaguar fans, and it'll just grow if I continue this. I'm not going to continue this with the Jaguars because this channel isn't a Jaguars channel. I have another channel where I talk about the Jags. This isn't that channel. So this channel will never grow with the Jags. Okay? This channel won't ever be exclusively a gaming channel. So this channel won't ever just grow from gaming, although I will include gaming on this channel to provide more balance, right? To provide more balance. And so like, that's what that is. I won't flood my channel, this channel in particular, with WNBA content or women's basketball content the way I did my CFWB channel, only because, you know, these people don't deserve me. They're not worthy of that type of content for me. You're not worthy of it. You're just not worthy. You don't deserve it. And that's why you see me scale back. You are not worthy of me with my energy producing this type of content. And even the money that I'm spending on apps to be able to give you the best videos you've ever seen, whether it's non-live content or live content. There is no, I'm the first one to ever start AI thumbnails. No one does it better than me. I'm the first one to ever include AI scenes and film and characters and animation, movement within a sports genre, a sports space. No one did that before I did that. No one. I'm the first one to ever produce trailers before I began my live stream. No one has ever done that before. I'm the first one to ever do this. Once I started the AI thumbnails, everyone started copying AI thumbnails. That's just what it is. So I'm spending money on multiple apps to produce this. You're not worth it, right? You people hate on I have so many of the men and women who are jealous of me. They're envious of me and they're jealous of me because they know they're not brilliant or creative like me. They're not intelligent like me. They don't have the ideas and concepts I have. They're just not better than me and they know it, and it pisses them off. And it pisses them off that I know I'm better than them, and I say it to their face in many different ways, figuratively. It pisses them off, right? So that's number one. I got a bunch of haters. Then, and a lot of these people are jealous and envious. And then the other part of it is just haters. I tell the truth about Caitlin Clark. I tell the truth about Sophie, and I expose these people for being fake. Where were you in 2024 with Sophie? You were nowhere to be found. Where were you in 2023 with Sophie? You were nowhere to be found. You're fake. And I could ask the same thing about Caitlin Clark. Where were you in 2023, 2022, 2021? You were nowhere to be found. You're fake. So because I expose these people and I tell the truth about Sophie, Caitlin, Asia, Angel Reese, they don't like me. Because I expose white people's sins and black people's sins and Hispanics and Asians and their sins, they don't like me. Because I call out the truth about a lot of stuff going on in the LGBTQ plus community, but I don't bully these people. And sometimes I defend them while also calling out their flaws. They don't like me. Okay? And because I'm so honest, I have been shadow banned by YouTube. Right? Ghost banned. Hurting me in the algorithm. And that's what it is. So when you don't clout chase, you don't booty sniff, you don't worship, You don't hold back. You understand? And you don't limit yourself. You don't place boundaries over yourself, constraints. And you're all the way honest about yourself, self-conscious. And you're not humble about it. You're not bashful about it. You become the most hated. You understand? So when I see that I got haters, if I turn on the chat and the comments, these same people talking to me don't like me. They're haters. They're snakes. Why would I ever let you think that I don't know that you're a hater and you somehow think that you get to talk to me? Doesn't work that way, male or female. Right? These same people, I never ask anyone to like my videos, subscribe, or share it. Right? I never do that. You will never get to say his channel blew up because of me. My channel became popular because of me and my creator. That's it. Had nothing to do with you. I'm looking for thorough ones. The thorough ones, not the artificial ones. The ones who care about the message. Okay? And the ones who care enough to help spread the message. That's who I'm looking for. And if it takes me years to find those people, then it will take me years to find those people. But eventually, the message will reach millions or billions of people. And that's what this is. Okay? And then that's when you find the real ones, the thorough ones. Then you can open up the chat. You can enable the chat. You can enable the comments. Okay, and you can see the people who really care about the message. Not these fake people who want to be seen. Not these snakes, not these haters, not these grifters, not these clout chasers, not these opportunists, not these devils, not these two-faced backstabbing haters. And that's what it is. You understand? So I just wanted to make that clear. I just wanted to be clear about that. So no, I will never go back to just producing WNBA content the way I used to. Not on this channel and not on any other channel from here on out. Because you don't deserve it. Now, once my channel gets to a point where I'm starting to see the thorough ones, okay? And then that's when I'll say, okay, it's worth it now. But until then, no. And so at that point, you provide balance. Let me get away from that. Those are snakes, a bunch of snakes. Let me get away from that. And let me educate people about football. Now, I don't play basketball video games. I just don't do that anymore. I don't play that, so you won't see basketball video game content. Even when that college, 2K college comes out, I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. Okay. Well, maybe if they have the JU Dolphins. Okay, I might. Yeah, the women's side, I'll play it for the women's side. For the JU Dolphins, the UNF Ospreys, and then for my Mississippi State Bulldogs. So, and then I might flirt with the St. Louis Billikens and the Jackrabbits. Okay, yeah. I'll play that one. But NBA stuff, I don't play it. So I'll definitely get the 2K college game. I wish EA was making it, but I'll get the 2K college game specifically for the women's side. And so you'll see content from that, and you'll see college football gaming content and Madden content. Will I ever play NHL when NHL gets their mind right? Okay. Used to love NHL, not anymore. They got to get their mind right, and then we can have a conversation about NHL. I don't play golf games unless EA is making it. EA is not making golf games, I don't play it. I don't do wrestling and all of this other novelty crap. That's not me. I don't play stuff like that. Football, basketball, hockey, baseball. I don't care about MLB The Show. I cared about 2K baseball, and that was it. I don't care until EA comes back with MVP baseball again. Or somehow RBI baseball comes back, but it's AAA. And then 2K come back with their baseball game, I'll play baseball. I don't mess with FC Club, although I think I'm going to purchase it just to quickly experience the open world. And that's it. I don't care for it. I like Pro Evolution Soccer. That's what I like. I enjoy Pro Evolution Soccer. I don't like what PES is now. It's not PES anymore. So because of that, I don't play soccer games anymore because Pro Evolution Soccer isn't Pro Evolution Soccer. I like Forza Motorsport. I don't like Forza Horizon. I never cared for Forza Horizon, but I like Forza Motorsport. Okay? So when there's a new Forza Motorsport, I'll play it. Not Forza Horizon. When EA gets their mind right with their hockey game, I'll play hockey again. When Pro Evolution Soccer stop being a bunch of idiots with this free-to-play garbage and get back to real sim PES football, I'll play PES again. When EA comes back out with MVP baseball or 2K comes back out with a baseball game, I'll play baseball games again. I just don't care for MLB to show. I just don't. And like, that's just what it is with me. So for right now, I will never touch 2K. I only got it because of the WNBA. But because out of these chicks in the WNBA, they're so unlikable, I just can't see myself playing 2K anymore for the WNBA. These women are so unlikable, they're just disgusting to me. Vast majority of them, right? There's only a few teams with a few players I like. The rest of them I don't like because you find out about their character off the court and sometimes on the court. I don't like these people. They suck. I don't want to touch that mold because when I see them, even in a game, it pisses me off. So I don't want to touch it. I'm waiting for 2K college basketball, and then I'll be playing with my Mississippi State Bulldogs, the JU Dolphins, UNF Ospreys. I got love for the Jackrabbits, and I got love for the St. Louis Billikens. Those would be the teams I'll be using. And then I'm done. And that's what it is, man. So from right now until that happens, Madden content, college football content, that's as far as it goes. Right? And another good thing why I don't have the comments up, I don't need you in the comments talking about the WNBA. You clearly see that this is about the Jacksonville Jaguars, the NFL, and running the football. And Madden franchise. This has nothing to do with the WNBA. Why are you in the comments talking about WNBA? This has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Okay? So that's one way for me to get rid of the trolls. Because at this point, you're trolling. You're being an idiot on purpose. You're being a prick. Okay? And so it pisses me off. Doing these video games, I had the comments open, live chat, and they're asking me about the WNBA. Hey, I know this isn't about this, but what do you think about the Atlanta Dream? Man, shut up. I just told you this is about Madden or college football. Why are you asking me about the Atlanta Dream? What's wrong with you? I know this is off topic, but hey, Caitlin Clark, dude, this isn't about Caitlin Clark. What are you doing? So if I gotta push out those people, I'll push them out. I'll push them out. And I keep telling these people, if you are jealous of me, if you are envious of me, if you are a hater of mine, if you don't like me, why are you subscribed to me? Go away and never, ever return. I do not want you around me. Period. Go away. And there's no way for me to find out. I know who the haters are. But YouTube, at some point I need to, for whatever, listen, I'm doing desktop, I'm scrolling, and YouTube they're only really showing me recent subs or something. I can't just comb through all of my subs and say, okay, that's a hater, that's a hater, that's a hater, and then block. What I want you to do is, if you know for a fact you're jealous of me, you're envious of me, and some of you can't even admit that, but you are, you're haters, you're a snake, you're two-faced, you don't like me, go away. Why are you subscribed to me? And then why are you lurking on my channel? Go away. It's simple. And then I can then weed these people out. I can filter these people out, and then I can get to the thorough ones. I can get to the people who only care about the message. And if they care so much about the message, they will spread the message. That's it. You understand? That's the way it is. Keep telling these people, go away. Go away. If you know you really don't like me, why are you subscribed? Go away. Right? I'm not one of these channels that need this money. I don't need the YouTube money. I keep telling these people, I don't need it. That's why my channel isn't monetized. My channel will never be compromised. And you could never say he's making these videos because he needs the content to get some of this YouTube money. You can't say that about me. So that means everything I do is genuine and I'm not disingenuous. Everything I do is from the heart and is coming from a great, pure, righteous, positive place. Okay? Now the tone, the inflection can be rough. The message can be rough. But it's the best message in the world. It don't get any better than this. And I'm not charging you a damn penny. I'm not charging you $1. I'm not charging you $1. Because if you do, at that point, you're compromised. Now, for those people who need that money, you got to make money. I don't need the YouTube money. And I refuse for anyone to ever think that I'm making these videos for money because I need the money. When you see my channel go live or when you see non-live content from me, you must know that that is coming straight from his heart. That is innocent content. There is no ulterior motives, no hidden agendas, no strings attached. No strings attached. He is not compromised. That is coming from an innocent, good, positive place. Period. So that's what that is. I just wanted to make that clear. All right, hold up. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'll have to really, man, listen, if you really want to know about this game, I got 3 videos already. The very first video where I'm getting Soft Drink TV. The second video, so it's part 1. Well, yeah. Watch part 2, part 3. And part 1 doesn't say part 1. It's this same thumbnail, but without Daniel and on the cover, number 77, and you won't see anything that says like part 7. So go to that one, and then you can also watch the one about Soft Drink TV, where it's in all red font, where it says Soft Drink TV isn't sim. So that's the one where I break this game down, and then after that, I broke it down again. That's a bare thumbnail in terms of not having anything that says part on it. And then you'll see part 2, and then you can go to part 3, right? And I thoroughly go through this game. Anyone complaining about this franchise mode, they're lying. These people talking about contracts, okay? Let me break down these. I've never had any issues with contracts. Never. And it's because the reason why these people have issues with contracts, and this is also dealing with the 10-hour free agency frenzy and all of that, It's because they don't understand persona. That's the problem, okay? So, as a matter of fact, let's just go to free agency. Now, these free agents are going to sign no matter what. Essentially, they want to be on a roster. They want to get paid, okay? But so you go with speak to player, okay? And at the top, at the right, the top right, you'll see the right stick icon. You move that over and wait a sec, go to the second one. You see mindset and persona DNA. His main focus is winning. His mindset looking for the next opportunity. Okay. Now look at the 6. He's composed, he's overly competitive, he's ambitious, he's focused, he's strategic, he's team first. You have to appeal to one or two of those. If you do, you can get him for much less. Much less. Okay? Even if his patience is at 15%. If his patience has waned, it's at 15%. If you can appeal to the fact that he's team first, if you can appeal to the fact that he's overly competitive and offer an incentive, if you offer him a sack incentive, he'll sign with you. Offer him something that says team first and says, we are not increasing the salary or the bonus. Sell him on winning a championship and playing a key role in winning a championship. Because he's team first and you sold him on that, and then you sold him on a sack incentive, you'll get him for much less because his focus is winning. Because these gamers, these YouTubers, and these people on Twitter and Reddit and Twitch, they don't pay attention to persona. They're approaching this the way they did all of these old Maddens, and it's not working. And then they're lying, saying, oh, look at a lot of this is from PC. Oh, look at this roster. The Chiefs or the 49ers signed this guy for $585 million. They signed this guy for $600 million. All during the same free agency. That's a lie. Those are made up numbers. And that's from PC. That's garbage. Never happened. Never happened. Okay? How come I can't sign these guys? Because you're approaching this the way you always did. This is a whole different Madden, y'all. That's why they said they made this like its own game. These people have their own brain. It's a persona engine. These characters are actually alive. And because these people simulate so many games and they simulate so many seasons, they don't know that these players are actually almost living beings. They're almost humans with their interactions with you every single week. They know everything going on within the organization. They know all of these moves, but these people don't know this, including RBT, including Bingo, including Soft Drink, and all of these people. They don't know this because they're simulating seasons. They're approaching this the way they did all of these old Maddens. This isn't that. Listen, y'all, let me back out of this. They don't even check this. They don't even check this. You see the weekly hub? You had people complaining about the weekly hub because they don't pay attention to the weekly hub. And then they don't even press, you see this? They don't press the left stick to look at the news center. Press the left stick like a button. Go to the news center. There are so many stories where they're talking about coordinators and coaches and disgruntled players and players getting into trouble, team chemistry issues in the locker room. All of this stuff is in this game. Press the left stick like a button, and you all of this at the top. You'll see more than this at the top, but this was just the main story right here. Go down, okay, and keep scrolling. You're gonna see all kind of different stories. This is about persona right here. Keep scrolling. It keeps going and going. Like, keep going. Go down. This is about game reps, and all of this changes too. Sometimes that changes. And so game reps. He's talking about game reps. All of these different things. And it's more than this. Right now, they're just talking about 3 things. This thing can go up to 9 or 10 or 12. Go down. League preview. Okay. Keep going. Look, they're talking about Mike Vrabel. All of these things like that. Keep going, keep going, and keep going. It goes back. It goes. All right. Go down. Player stats is going to get into league leaders, MVP races, all of these things like that. Keep going, keep going. It'll dig deeper than this. This is light. Okay. Go down. Injuries. Going to talk about different injuries, all of these different things. Blah, blah, blah. It can go further than this. Go down to the final one, and then you see transactions. This is light. This is light. Okay. All of this is light, y'all. You'll see transactions is crazy. Crazy. There's light right here because this was dealing with like a off week, a bye week. So there's light. There's super light. They don't understand this. They don't understand position battles, players disgruntled, coaches getting fired, losing the locker room. All of this stuff is in the news center. They don't care about that, y'all. Now, yeah, you will see breaking news. And then he's talking about trades. He's talking about free agent signings, injuries, roster cuts, draft picks. He'll talk about that, Scott. But that's what these people are looking for, and they're looking at the ticker. No. Press the left stick like a button, go to the news center and get lit. That's what it, but they're not doing that. They're not doing that. Then let me tell you what they don't do. They don't go here to contracts. So you go to contracts, and because these people don't do this, and they just don't go to their roster after every game, that they don't know that these players want to talk. You'll see players wanting to speak, and it'll show you right here. So you can see, right here. So go to manage roster. So look where it says contract negotiations, free agent negotiations, and general discussions. It'll show you how many general discussions are available, how many free agents, how many players want to negotiate, and then contract negotiations. Right now, I got 1 free agent negotiation. I got 0 contract negotiations. And so far right now, players are satisfied. They don't want to talk about anything. Okay? I mean, they talk about some of anything. A teammate, coaches, coordinators, snaps, you name it. The way the direction is going right now, my wide receiver, man, that I got in free agency, he wanted to be traded if we didn't get 9 wins. He was pissed that we were on a nasty losing streak. We were 2-6. And he was pissed. And he was like, listen, either things got to change, turn around, or I want to be traded. And he said, what do you have to say about that? And I had to guarantee 9 wins. I said, I guarantee 9 wins. And he was like, all right, listen, if you don't give me 9 wins, then we got to have a conversation about you letting me go. That's from my top free agent signing I just got. What are you talking about? These people don't know this because they're not checking this stuff. We've never had this level of depth, immersion, nuance in any Madden. The game reviewers didn't tell you this. The content creators aren't telling you this. The people on social media aren't telling you this. Why? Because it's not a part of their brand. Their brand is to lie. It's to complain. That's their brand. Their brand is to try to break something that's not broken, right? Excuse me, it's to try to make you believe that something is broken when it's not broke, right? They're trying to make you believe something is broken when it isn't. They're trying to point out flaws and deficiencies that aren't there. That is their brand. If they don't complain, they don't have the content because they're not good at the game. They don't know how to make their franchise mode unique or interesting unless they complain and whine. It's levels to this, people. It just is. It's levels to this. So, like I said, you can go to roster. You can just do it straight up through roster. Okay. Let me see. I forgot. What was I talking to him about? I forget what that was about. Yeah, that's the contract. All right. I want to go to Man. Now, what you see with Man, this is the one right here. Okay. And you can see he's all about winning at all costs. His mindset needs to see the roster improve. So he wanted me to make some big roster moves because he wanted to win. And we were 2-6. And I said, listen, we're going to get 9 wins. He was like, if we don't get 9 wins, you got to get rid of me. I just got him. I just got this dude in free agency before the season started, in the off season. You see, he's demanding. He's assertive. He's unpredictable. He's strategic. Okay. And so I had a conversation with him, and you could say you still see it's pending because we didn't win the 9 games just yet. But yeah, like that's what it is with this dude. Needs to see the roster improve. That's what it is with him. So like, you know, I'm super excited about this. Like, this Madden is so fun. This Madden is so fun. I've never had more fun playing a football video game ever. Ever. And that includes 2K5. The only thing that I had fun with in 2K5 was the weekly prep. I got over the weekly recap. The weekly recap on 2K5, NFL 2K5, can't compare to this weekly recap. And their halftime show can't compare to this halftime show. It's not even close. It blows it away. And these people don't know that because they don't watch every weekly recap. They don't watch all halftime shows, so they don't understand this. They're skipping these things. And then they're listening to people like Soft Drink TV, who's completely compromised. And then they're listening to mascots and clowns like Angry Joe Show. That's on brand for him to be angry about EA Sports. He'll never give it respect because he won't get the views he's looking for, and neither will Soft Drink TV. You can't take him seriously. The fact that Soft Drink TV literally said that he's upset because he can spectate and play now, but he can't spectate and franchise. That's a shame. We should be able to spectate and franchise. You've been able to spectate and franchise for years. So he got exposed for being a grifter, for being a con dude, a liar. He sucks. You are not credible. You are not reputable. How could I ever take you seriously when you didn't know for years that you could spectate it? You know what that showed me? That he's not going through these games. He's not going through these games. There's no in-depth. There's nothing like that. He's lying to you. He's not doing a deep dive into these games. He's not being thorough. And neither is IGN or Gaming Bolt and these other, they're not. They're running through it real quick. They got an early copy or something. For him, he got a 10-hour copy, or someone gave him a code. And he had to hurry up and get the video out to try to stop you from buying a game. Okay? So he ran through it real quick and then said, this is what it is. And he brought back that old crap he always says. Madden 10, Madden '05, ESPN 2K5, All Pro Football 2K. He threw that out there and you ate it up and believed it. And then he got exposed. He got exposed for not being thorough, for not really doing deep dives. It's fake. You believe it, okay, because he throws 2K5 in your face. And you're like, oh my gosh, 2K5. Yeah, I believe anything he says. Come on, stop it, man. Stop it. You got to expose these people. And Scott O'Gallagher essentially is saying like, yeah, we'll patch up things that are truly necessary to patch. But this other stuff, because a lot of y'all can't play the game, you don't know how to play the game, you're not good at it, you don't understand simulation football, and where we're going with this, we're not going to change it, nerf it to please you. Because you suck at this, or because you're too lazy, you're too apathetic. You don't want to understand football. You don't want to do deep dives into this mold. And because you're not creative or innovative, you don't understand unique ways to make your franchise experience more fun, more compelling. And because of that, you want us to change things to make it junk food, and that's not what we're going to do. We will patch the things that are truly necessary to patch. Everything else, we're going to keep it or build on it, period. That's how a lot of these sports games got messed up. You had a bunch of people with platforms who didn't know how to play the sport IRL, and so they don't know how to play the sport in a digital virtual world. They wanted things simplified and easy for them, and they whined and complained, and the developers listened and nerfed all of that BS, and it screwed the game. And they've been getting away with that for years, from football games to basketball games, even hockey games and soccer games. And Scott O'Gallagher and Clint Oldenburg, they're saying enough is enough. And then it took them a while to wake up to the grift. Oh, this is just their brand. This is just what they do. This is how they get paid. This is disingenuous. This is a grift. That's what it is. That's all that it is, man. So this is amazing to me, and this dude is pissed. We were losing. Why do you think I had to take the controller? I had to start playing again because, number one, I play all my games, but I stopped only because my thumb got really numb. My thumb got super numb, and obviously my controller messed up. So I had to spectate a few games. Then once I got all that cleared up, my thumb got better and my controller is right. I had to pick back up the game. So listen, I spectated like 4 games. I spectated probably like 5 or 6. I spectated like 6 games or something like that. And we pretty much only won 1 game? It was brutal. And so once I wasn't going to touch it. I wanted to let my thumb completely heal. It's not completely healed, but it's a lot better than what it was. So I wasn't going to touch it. But I just got this dude. If you look at the contract, you see his contract? Let's go here. You see what I paid this dude? I had to have him. He's so elite. I had to have him, y'all. So he want to be traded. There's no way I'm trading this dude. Once this dude right here complained to me about winning and he asked for a trade if I didn't make any moves to improve this roster and to get to at least 9 wins, he wanted out. I picked back up the controller. No more spectating. I picked back up the controller. And as a result of me doing that, ladies and gentlemen, team schedule. Once I pick that controller back up, look, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. I am the best at this game. Now, what I'm not good at this game, because I haven't practiced on it, is manually catching in terms of the catching meter. I haven't worked on that yet. So that I'm giving that to these other people. You can hit green on that, and you can hit yellow and green on that. That's great. I haven't worked on that yet. Eventually I'll get to that point. But all of this other stuff, I am elite. I am elite. And I play Madden in a unique way. Okay? Where the eraser for me is the defensive line. I could control everything through the defensive line. I could completely screw up a quarterback and flip a game with one or two defensive linemen. Right? I can wreck my opponent with one or two defensive linemen. I control the whole game. So it's a unique way for me to play it. Listen, the only reason why this team put up 24 and this team, the only reason why this team put up 42 and these three teams right here put up those numbers is because you see I started to blow them out and then I super send the rest of it because I'm live streaming and I got to hurry up and get off the game because WNBA games are coming on. WNBA games are coming on, or I got to go do something. I got to go meet someone. I got to go pick up something. I got to go do something. So, all right, I got to get off of this live stream. Let me super sim. I'm blowing this team out. Let me super sim. And then when I super sim, they catch up. When I wasn't super simming, they only had 7 points or 3 points. So what I'm telling you is that once this dude complained to me, y'all, I picked up the controller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row. When I wasn't picking up the controller and was spectating, L's. I'm not losing that dude. And we're almost at 9 wins. Okay, as you can see with the standings. You see with the standings, the AFC South, we're 7-6. We're in the hunt for a wild card spot. Okay, I could still win my division and get a home game. Okay, and so that's where this is at. So I'm going to keep this dude. He's not going to leave me because I'm getting 9 wins. I might get 11 wins. I'm keeping this dude. He's not going anywhere. Right? But like I said, these people, they don't understand this. They don't understand this. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's so deep. Look at this. I want to point this out. So you see, go to scouting, right? Go to scouting. Go to prospects. And you can control the algorithm. You can control how the AI will generate players for the modern game or for the future. EA is good at it, but sometimes they'll keep you stuck in current and won't go future. So sometimes it'll be the year 2040 and they're still generating players with a modern current game, a 2026 game, a 2030 game, and that's not a 2040 game. So what do? You edit the draft class, different positions for the future. Those players get drafted either by your team or other teams. Those players in those teams have success because of those builds. Guess what the AI will start generating? Those kinds of builds. IGN doesn't know this. Gaming Bolt doesn't know this. GameSpot doesn't know this? No one knows this except the developers and me and other people who do this. How could you not include this in your review? Why? Because you don't do deep dives. You don't care about this type of stuff. That's part of the problem. Okay? That's part of the problem. So right now, my franchise is a running franchise. And I made it that way because the league is a running league right now. And it's trending in that direction. So what am I doing now? I'm noticing in my franchise, the league is catching up. I've won 3 championships in 6 years. Running the football. The league is catching up. Okay? So the game is generating a lot of powerful players. Heavy players, y'all. Run stoppers, run blockers, you name it. Physical wide receivers who can run block. That's what the game is producing, right? So I see that the trend is going towards complete and total run heavy NFL. That's where it's trending. I'm already out front on that. I'm ahead of that now. So what I'm doing now, starting this season, what I did, we're in the off season. I'm gradually transitioning to being a perimeter team. So we're going back to the pass as the league is coming into the run heavy era of my franchise. I'm gradually becoming a pass heavy team. Okay? I'm not going to do it overnight. It's not going to be drastic. It's not going to be arbitrary, right? It's not going to be capricious. It's not going to be that way. So it's something that I'm going to do over a number of seasons. And I purposely planned this. And it started with this season, right? So what you see me do, and right, what you're seeing me do is these are the guys that I just edited so far. And I'm not done, but these are the guys that I edited. So Tony Pemberton, well, he's going to be a pocket passer, okay? So we're getting away from mobile quarterbacks, going towards pocket passes, because I'm going to turn the league into a pass-heavy league again. Not yet. I'm going to get it to that point in like 5 or 6 seasons. Right now, we're still in our run mode. That's the way the league is in my franchise. In 5 to 6 seasons, we're going to be a pass-heavy league. Tony Pemberton, if I get him on my team, will already be ahead of time, ahead of schedule. Okay. So when the league catches up, he'll be 6 seasons in his prime, ready to go. Okay. So I put him out now. I don't know if I'm going to get him. I might get him. I might not get him. So, but it's fine with me. It's okay because the league is going to become a pass-heavy league. So I want to show you. I got a lot of favorites, but where's the other guy? The left end. Not him. Yeah, not him. I just changed his name. This guy was already going to be great. So they already put him up there. Here, Breeze Light. So you see this? He's 6'9", 230. Okay? 6'9", 230. I'm not going to be able to draft him. And that's fine. Let him go to another team. I'm going towards rushing the quarterback, but at a futuristic level. This is, I'm shaping the AI. I'm building it for the future. Okay? 6'9", 230 with like a 90+ speed. Light, not physical, not really strong. Okay? But skilled and extremely fast. And he has zone coverage ability with decent man coverage ability for his position. So he makes your play calling more dynamic because he's so versatile. Okay, right? Wingspan, length, long strides with speed and acceleration, agility, athleticism, change of direction and skill, but with very little strength. He's going to become the greatest pass rusher of all time. But the game is going to generate 6'7", 6'8", 6'6", 228, 230, 232, 235-pound defensive ends with an 88 speed, a 90 speed, an 87 speed. That's what you're going to see. It's the way it is, y'all. I have to help the AI understand that in the year 2040, you can't generate 2026, 2027 builds. Things are changing. Athletes change over all eras. Every decade, the athlete changes. Bigger, stronger, faster. That's in every sport. Matt EA is okay with this. You just got to give him a nudge. You got to give him a boost. But Angry Joe doesn't know this. Soft Dream TV doesn't know this. Bingle, RBT, Eric Rayweather, they don't know this. They have no clue. IGN, they don't know this. They don't have a clue. Let me show you the other position. Punter. No, not yeah. This is him, Eric Liebman. You would say, damn, 6'5", 230. Well, Sebastian Janikowski was what? To me, he looked like he weighed damn near 300 pounds. But anyway, a futuristic punter and kicker, and we're starting to see the NFL go that route, where you're a threat on special teams. All three phases, you must be a threat. You must show your teeth. Okay? Being able to pass when we want to pass. Being able to run with the punter when we need to run. And being able to tackle. So we limit a lot of punt returns being run back for touchdowns. Because the last line of defense will knock your mouthpiece out. He takes solid pursuit angles. His speed is solid. His acceleration, solid. His agility, solid. His change of direction, solid. His pursuit, solid. His tackling, solid. His hit power, solid. His finesse move to beat some of these blockers, to get to the returner, solid. His power move, solid. His injury, good. His stamina, good. His toughness, good. And that's the future of special teams, right? And we have one in real life. His name is Logan Cook for the Jaguars. And Madden this game disrespected him. Logan Cook would knock your helmet off. He takes great pursuit angles. He'll knock you out. He could tackle. Good acceleration. And he trains with the quarterbacks every practice. He's one of the best passing punters we have in the NFL. He literally trains with the quarterback. He does this every year. He works out with the quarterbacks at training camp and practice. Every single practice, every training camp. The thing with Logan Cook, and he's big like this too. He's what Logan Cook is, 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 230, 230 plus. But the thing about Logan Cook is that he's not like fast like Marquez King. But he's explosive. That's the future, y'all. I need to be a threat on special teams. With my punter, with my kicker. I shouldn't always have to rely on the extra point and be predictable with a 2-point conversion. There should be unpredictability with special teams. Period. And that's the way that it is. So building this for the future. Building this for the future. And these people, and that's one way how you make your franchise interesting. Right? This is the greatest man that's ever existed. It's not even close. And don't ever let them tell you differently. Now, can they create a play? Sure, why not? That's fine. I'm not necessarily worried about that, but if they do, it's great. But I like my coaches, and they don't understand scouting and all of this stuff, right? Oh, scouting sucks. No, it doesn't. It's just that your scouts suck because you don't take the time to improve your scouts. Where you can delegate, you don't take the time to. Well, he didn't get to that point yet, but he will. He'll get scouts, and then you didn't take the time to improve your defensive coordinator scouts. You also don't understand what personnel means. So you didn't improve your defensive coordinator. Now, I just got him this year, y'all. I'm working on my offense. I got these 2 dudes this year. My coordinators left and became head coaches, 4 of them. So my GM just hired these 2 dudes. I leave the hiring to my GM with the coordinators. I just got these 2 dudes. I haven't worked on him yet. I've been working on Bradley. But what you do is your personnel are your position coaches. So if you're wondering why you're super simming or you're simulating and production isn't there or you're losing, it's because your personnel for your coach, your coordinators and your defensive coordinators are bronze. You know, your personnel are linebackers coach, wide receivers coach, tight end coach, offensive line coach, running backs coach, quarterbacks coach, DB coach, defensive line coach. Those are personnel, y'all. It enriches the entire roster, but these people don't understand that. Take care of your personnel and take care of your scouts. Not only for your coach, but for your coordinators as well. They don't understand. And scouting is amazing when you do that. Okay? Right? This guy, he's going to get there. I just got him. He was at 11. He'll get there. I'm working on him. Right now, I'm giving him play sheets. I'm working on giving him a lot of play sheets. Even if your play sheets are bronze, you need play sheets for your coordinators and your defensive coordinators. Your head coach, give them play sheets, but what you really need is your coordinators with a ton of play sheets, even if they're bronze. Just give them play sheets, okay? Because it's going to make your offense more versatile, more dynamic. There's more variety. If you only have a few play sheets, and especially if they're not really maxed out, you're going to struggle, man. You're going to struggle, even with super sim and simulating, okay? So they don't understand these things. Load up with play sheets, even if they're bronze. Just load up with play sheets, right? And the same with your coordinator. Now, I was able to give him some play sheets, but he came with these 3. He came with these 2. I gave him this. He came with these 2. And then I gave him the dollar play sheet. But he came pretty limited. But I haven't been working on him. I've been working on my coordinator, my offensive coordinator. That's who I've been working on. And then, like I said, the number one thing you want to do, you want to max out your trainer. Okay? And that takes care of wear and tear. These people complaining about wear and tear. Wear and tear, that's not an issue. You're signing and drafting players and trading for players who have terrible toughness and injury. Toughness is connected to injury. That means, will you play through injury? So and then stamina connects all 3, right? If you have poor stamina, your production is going to be poor. And it's going to increase attrition, wear and tear, and leave you more susceptible to injury. And then if you're not tough, you won't play through those injuries. Okay? And then if you're injured, you're not on the field enough to have great productivity, which then in turn could help your team win games. So even though the player's in the 90s or he's in the 80s, his stamina is in the 70s or low 80s. His injury is in the 70s or very low 80s. And his toughness is in the 70s or really low 80s. He can be a 95. But those 3 things is why he's constantly getting injured his production isn't what you believed or thought it would be. That's what it is. He's not meeting expectations and he's getting tired. And so when you're tired, it impacts all your attributes, your strength, your power rush, your speed rush. It impacts everything. Your cutting, your mobility, your throwing power, all of it. All of it is impacted by stamina, injury, and toughness. And they don't understand this. And so the first thing that they do with their franchise points, they run to their coach and then their GM. The first thing you're supposed to do with your franchise points is go to your trainer. Your trainer won't ever leave you. Your coordinators will leave you to find other jobs. Your trainer won't ever leave you, and obviously your coach. Go to your trainer and you won't have any attrition, wear and tear issues, really. They'll recover just like that. Especially if you signed, traded, and drafted guys who are healthy players. They have good stamina, good toughness, good injury, and then you maxed out your trainer with everything necessary, like reduce wear and tear impact by 25% in the fourth quarter. Hold up. Recover all your players' wear and tear by 25% at the start of the fourth quarter. So I got the start, and then I got the penalty reduced by 25% in the fourth quarter. Okay, let's keep going. Reduce wear and tear damage taken during games by 25%. Let's keep going. Hold up. Recover 15% more wear and tear every week. Increase rate at which players recover from wear and tear during games by 15%. That's practice as well. Okay. Reduce wear and tear attribute penalty during the last 2 minutes and a half by 25%. So this is why when people watch my live streams of this game and they will see a quarterback, a running back, a linebacker going through some wear and tear issues, and then that player is right back on the field, recovered and producing, is blowing their minds because I got all of this stuff taken care of. Right? And then I'm signing and drafting and trading for healthy guys who aren't injury prone, guys with good stamina and good toughness. Okay, and that's why I'm able to win 3 championships in 6 years. That's why I haven't missed the playoffs. Right? So it's one of those. And then if my guys are injured, reduce injury chances during games by 25%. And you pair all of this with wear and tear, right? Hold up. Let's go to injury again. Injured players heal 20% faster. Players on IR heal 25% faster. Reduce the benchmark for a player to be questionable by 10%. Reduce the benchmark for a player to be probable by 10%. Hold up. I'm not done. Where is that at? Players with doubtful status heal 25% faster. So this is why I only got one player injured. We're almost at playoff time and only got one injury. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the healthiest team in the league. And that's because the majority of my team, their injury is good, their stamina is good, their toughness is good. I'm seeking you out. If you are talented, if you fit my scheme, and your toughness is good, your stamina is good, and your injury is good. If you are in the 80s or 90s and your stamina is poor, your toughness is poor, and your injury is poor or just average, or even slightly above average, you cannot be on my team unless you are so talented that I'll still never take you if you're in the low 80s or 70s. I just won't do it. I don't care if you're a 99, right? But I know my trainer will be able to help you out if you're like in the mid 80s. or like a 80, a 83, I can trust my trainer with you. But that's why I have the healthiest team. And when you have the healthiest team and a team with the best conditioning, because the stamina of your roster is more elite than everyone else's stamina, and your team is the toughest team because everyone on your roster has good or great toughness, so they're playing through injuries, guess what's going to happen? You're going to find yourself in the playoffs every year and winning Super Bowls. Period. That's what it is, right? Barroom brawls, you win them all. Nightclub fights, you win them all. You win all of the fights because you have the toughest players. And like, that's what it is, man. So like, and then we're taking care of practice. So I got practice now where I don't have to worry about that. So as you can see, where's practice at? Where's practice? Recover 15% more wear and tear doing half practices. Where we're at practice, where we're at. Only got, oh yeah, I wasn't really focused on practice. I was going to worry about that later. I want all of this needed to get taken care of, and I'll deal with practice later. Okay. And then all I have left is these 5. And you can see all of this is practice, right? Increase wear and tear recovery when resting during practice. Reduce wear and tear damage taking during full practice. Reduce wear and tear impact to your attribute penalty during practice. Prevent injury chances during practice. Reduce wear and tear taken during any practice. Reduce wear and tear damage taken during any practice. So I'll max these 5 out eventually. I'm not worried about that because I know that my wear and tear is good for practice for right now. You're talking about 15% less with all of this, and with the fact that my team is the healthiest team in the league, I don't really have to just totally sell out and put an onus specifically solely on practice yet. I'll get to practice. This is the most necessary. Okay, right? And like I said, you know, you want to make sure that, and this, like my personnel, this is why my coordinators don't leave me. I had to literally fire my 2 coordinators because they wouldn't leave me. They're 50. They're maxed out at so many things. I didn't need them anymore. I wanted them to go somewhere else. But because I had this gold, increased chance to retain coordinators, they didn't want to leave me. Go, spread your wings and fly. Go take over another team. Okay. Right? Like, take care of your personnel. And this is with coordinators, right? And this is with coordinators. But this is for positional coaches. And then when he gets his, right? It's like all of it. This is what it is, man. And so, like I said, you know, and I still got to max out my scouts, but take care of your scouting. And my scouts were good. I was good with silver only because of my coordinators were silver or gold with their scouting. So we paired our 3 scouts together, and I had some of the best scouting in the league, right? So I was depending on my coordinator scouting and then the scouts that I have in the silver. And like, that's what that was. But I still got work to do with this dude. I got a lot of stuff to unlock. Okay. That's just, yeah, I got a lot of stuff I got to unlock. I got a lot of stuff I got to unlock. Right. I'm not done. There's still a lot of stuff, a lot of things I got to do. A lot of things I got to do, man. A lot of things I still got to get my scouts all the way right. And like, that's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. So you take care of these things, man. Take care of all of it, and you'll find a lot of success. As you can see, I was 100%, but this thing depreciates, it regresses. If you fail, your approval rating gets low. Players become disgruntled. Coordinators become disgruntled. And like, that's what it is. So you want to make sure you pay attention. For those of you who don't believe me, you see my coach right here, number 3 on the legacy leaderboard. We got the number 1 offense and we run the football. As you can see, I'm number 3 on the list. 3 Super Bowls in 6 seasons. 3 Super Bowls in 6 seasons, and I play every game. The only time I didn't play a game is recently when I was spectating because my thumb was numb as hell from playing this game. I played 8-minute quarters, no accelerated clock, all pro difficulty, which is the perfect difficulty. And I've been telling y'all that for years. And then Scott O'Gallagher mentioned it to Kurt Benkert. The best difficulty is all pro because they build the game through all pro. All pro simulation, that's how they tune, that's how they develop and build the game through all pro difficulty simulation. All Madden is for ego. It's for flex, but it's not practical. It's not realistic because everyone is on steroids. Everyone is on PEDs. That's all Madden. Everyone is on PEDs. So it's an ego trip. It's for egos. It's for flex. It's not sim. All pro simulation sim, and you get a realistic experience and realistic stats if you play 8-minute quarters with no accelerated clock. And so you can understand why my thumb was numb and messed up the left stick, my left thumb for the left stick, because I play every single game for 8 minutes, 8-minute quarters with no accelerated clock. And so I had to give my thumb a rest. It's getting a lot better now, but I had to give it a rest. I had to let it breathe. Okay, had to let it breathe, y'all. So if you go to league settings, as you can see, all pro, you see that? There's some latency here, but you'll get it. There's some latency here. Yeah, hold up. A little bit of delay because of the latency. Okay, it's getting there, y'all. There it is. You guys can see it now, right? So you see all pro, and you see simulation. I'll do multimeter. I do 8-minute quarters, no accelerated clock, right? And I do home field advantage on because that is realistic. In real life, IRL, even in basketball, home field advantage is real. So I keep home field advantage on, no accelerated clock, 8-minute quarters, simulation, all pro. And you get the most realistic experience. You get the most realistic experience when you use simulation, right? So as you can see, simulation, authentic NFL style that plays true to player and team ratings, penalties, injuries, and fatigue reflect real life. And there's potential to experience the unexpected, which is what you'll see. Okay, so you'll see certain random occurrences, things that you didn't expect to see in a video game. It'll just pop out. It's like, wow, I didn't know that was going to happen. Oh, that's amazing. Wow. Right? Because it's realistic. That's what it is, y'all. I've been doing this forever. Only time I ever played on Madden was to flex. Just a quick little flex real quick. You understand? Just a quick little flex. And you go back to all pro simulation because that's where you're going to get a real sim experience. All Madden is PEDs. Everyone is on PEDs. That's it. That's all Madden. Everyone is on PEDs. See how you can play when everyone is on PEDs. It's not realistic. You understand? It's an ego trip. That's all it is. And so, yeah, anyway. So I just wanted to show y'all that. Now, I do want to show you this real quick. So we go to draft class strength. So currently right now, and I'll let it catch up because there is some latency here. I'll let it catch up. Man, I think the latency is what, 17 or 20 seconds? The delay? It's got to be at least 20 seconds. All right. So as you can see with draft class strength, what I did my very first season in franchise, I wanted to make sure that the league was a running league because that's the way it is in real life. I just showed you proof at the beginning of the video. Okay. It's trending to be in a run league. I just showed you nothing, but I showed you total proof of this. So I wanted to make sure that Madden was reflecting that franchise mode. So I made running back strong. I made tight end strong. I made interior offensive linemen strong. I made interior defensive linemen strong. I made linebacker strong and safety strong. Okay. You would say, well, why did you make the interior defensive line strong? Because they're the ones that are truly tasked with stopping the run. When you run in between the tackles, that's why the interior offensive line strong, guards, and obviously your center. Okay. Well, why did you make the linebacker strong? So it can produce more run blocking linebackers. That's why in my franchise you'll see linebackers win 255, 260, 263 run stoppers. Why did you do safeties? So it can produce more run stopping box strong safeties. That's why when you look in my franchise, you'll see safeties 6'4", 6'5", 6'3", 238, 240, 235, 232, 228, 229, 226, 6'2", physical, strong, hitters. That's what it is, y'all. And then I kept everything normal for the other positions. So you can still get some quality, right? That's why my free agency is so rich. That's why the league is so competitive, and that's why we have so much parity. Okay? Okay. Free agency is elite because teams are keeping a lot of these draft picks over veterans. Because these draft picks for these positions are really good, plus the other positions are normal. So they're good. They're just not really, really good, but they're good. Right? So when you do that, teams are saying, damn, I'm going to keep these draft picks around and I'm going to get rid of some of these veterans we normally would keep, even though these veterans are in the 70s or 80 or 81. And some of it is contract issues. So then you look at your free agency during the season and you don't see anyone in the 60s. Everyone is in the 70s or at least 80 or 81. So during the season, when teams need players on their roster, they go to free agency, and it's the most rich free agency ever. Okay? So the production, the quality doesn't drop off really with these teams during the season. And that creates a more competitive league and a league with more parity because of what you do with draft class strength, right? Now, what I'm doing in 3 more seasons is this season, I got 3 more seasons, right? So the 5th season, what you'll see is the quarterbacks will become strong. I'll make running backs weak. I'll make wide receivers strong. I'll make tight ends normal. I'll make tackles strong. I'll make interior offensive linemen weak or normal. Maybe I'll keep them normal. I'll make them normal. Defensive ends, I will make strong. Interior defensive linemen, I will make normal or weak. I might make them weak. Linebackers, I will make normal. Cornerbacks, I will make strong. Safeties, I will keep strong. Okay? And this is for what? Because we're going into a passing league again. We're going to be a pass-centric, a pass-heavy league. That's going to happen in 4 seasons in my franchise. Right now, my franchise is still a running franchise, but it's going to start with my team I'm going to set the trend. We're gradually going back to a passing league, and my franchise doesn't understand it yet. Everyone is becoming a running team. But right in plain sight, y'all, they don't see this, but I'm becoming a passing team. And then the league is going to catch up. And when the league catches up, I'm going to hit them back with run heavy, right? Or I might find another unique approach to it. I might find some sort of balance when the league is completely over like 60% pass heavy. I might hit them with 52-48, right? And that'll really mess them up. So it's unique ways you can play franchise, and they don't understand this. So, franchise is boring. Franchise is not boring. Let me say, there's no way you can be bored with this franchise. Now, maybe you can make that argument with other franchises. You can't make that argument with this franchise. You can't. This franchise is better than any NBA 2K franchise mode outside of some of the depth 2K has. But I often got bored with 2K franchise. I'm speaking about their basketball game only because now the new one I'm hearing some good things about. I still won't play it. But like, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way possible you can get bored with this franchise. That's impossible. That's impossible. It's not possible. Okay? It's not possible. And now that I'm showing you new things about it, it will really be impossible for you. Okay? So don't listen to these people. It's a grift. It's a grift. So anyway, and there's so many other things I can show you, but we're going to go ahead and play this game, play the rest of the season. I'm going to turn the microphone off. And for those who want to stick around and watch me play, because I'm turning this microphone off. Let me go and drink my coffee and open up these windows and let's go. That's what it is. Get some fresh air, drink my coffee. I'm already freshened up. Okay. All I need is my coffee. Let me open up these windows. Let me play this game. Let me relax. Let my vocal cords relax. All of that stuff. And I explained everything. And let me just focus on this game and get into getting these 9 wins so I don't lose my dude. I'm not going to lose my dude. Last thing I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all my dudes. Well, this dude, you see him? I got him in free agency. KC Concepcion. And then I got these 2 dudes. This was a message to the league that we were going away from physicality. And then I got Keon Coleman because he run great routes. And he's still physical. But this right here was a message to the league where we were going. He complained. You know what I did? Now, he's already the best run blocking tight end in the league, but he's not like a pass catcher, really. He's really a run blocker. Guess what I did? I made a trade for Kobe Lacey. Okay? This is a message. Kobe Lacey is elite. Right? His potential is through the roof. And he's only 23. I made a trade during the season. Look at him. 84 speed, 86 catching. His route running, 74, 70, 68. Look at that acceleration, 89, catching traffic, special catch. His run blocking is formidable. It's solid. You see that run block power, it's solid. His change of direction at 86. He has good ball carrier vision. His injury at 89. His stamina 93. His toughness is an 80. He wasn't even the best tight end available at that age. I could have got a better one, but I didn't. Why? Because the injury and stamina was trash. Look at this dude. This is a message to the league where we're going, y'all. But they don't see it. I'm doing this in plain sight. And I'm going to catch all of them off guard when this league is 70% run heavy. I'm going to catch them all off guard. It's going to blow their minds. They don't even see what I'm doing, y'all. Okay? So, like, it's things like this I wanted to highlight. I wanted to point out. Right now, my defense is going to stay a run-stopping defense because that's where the league is. So I can't change that. Okay? But what I can do is show you something unique that you've never seen before. Okay? Right? And see, these people, they can't tell you these things because they can't think like this. I want you to see something. You're going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You see this dude right here? Jalen Carlies, or however you pronounce his last name. Carlies. Do you guys know he was a linebacker? That's a linebacker. For real, he played linebacker. That's a linebacker. I turned him into a cornerback. Why? I traded for this dude. Did I trade for him or did I get him in free agency? I think I traded for him. Let me see. Did I trade for this dude? Yeah. I traded for him with New Orleans. Same season. Yeah, I traded for him. So that's a linebacker, y'all. Look. So when I went to New Orleans and I looked, I'm looking at this linebacker because what I needed was I needed a linebacker that can cover because I was going to turn him into a safety. But I said, no, I got to make him a corner because he's better than a lot of corners in this league. So I looked at him, 6'3", 227, linebacker, y'all, with an 89 speed, a 73 man coverage, a 77 zone, 75 play recognition, 90 acceleration, look at that agility, a 70 press, an 81 tackle, an 83 jump, 76 catch, 79 awareness, 86 hit power, strong, and then he's durable. I don't need him for a linebacker because he doesn't fit my scheme for a linebacker, but he fits my defensive back. My defensive backs got to be hitters. They got to be heavy, jumbo, and they got to be hitters. And so you see his tackle and his hit power, and then the fact that this dude can cover, and that 89 speed with that 90 acceleration is good enough. That's good enough. And so when I switched his position from linebacker to corner, a 76. He's 29. I can keep him for 3 years. He'll improve. By the time he leaves my team, he'll be an 81 or 82. He'll be in his early 30s with an 81, 82 overall. One of the most physical cornerbacks in NFL history. One of the more versatile cornerbacks in NFL history. You can play him in a box. You can blitz him. He'll stick his nose in there and get tackles with running backs. You can switch him as a strong safety, free safety. If you're a cornerback coming across the middle, he rocking you, knocking you out. He's good in goal line situations. That's what it is, y'all. That's what it is. But like I said, it's a lot of people, they don't understand this. They don't understand that. So if you look at transaction, let's go to league transaction. Let me go to my Jags. Let me go to my Jags. I want to go to trade. No, I want to go to the Saints. Where the Saints at? Where the Saints? Bro, where the Saints at? Oh, they're not showing him? Where's the Saints? Oh, that's old. Damn. Where's the Saints, dog? Let me go to the Saints. They should have showed that. Let me see something. Let me go to the Saints. Damn, that's crazy. Hold up. Damn, why aren't they showing that? That's crazy. Did they even show my tight end? Let me see. Did y'all even show my tight end? There it is. So they're showing Lacey. They got to show old boy from the Saints. Or maybe I did sign him. Oh yeah, because this is 2031, not 2030. Let me go to signing. There he is. Oh, I signed him. I thought I traded with the Saints for that dude. I signed him. Okay. All right. Yeah. There he is. So I signed him. Okay. I thought I traded with the Saints for that dude, but I guess I didn't. Yeah. So I signed that dude. Yeah. So like that's what you see, I gave him a 3-year deal. Because when I'm done with this dude, he's going to be an 81 or an 82. He might even be an 83. You understand? So like, that's what that is. That's what that is, man. These people, they don't know how to play this game, y'all. These people trash. These people are so trash. So trash. Let me turn this microphone off and have me a good time, and all y'all haters can go to hell. Eat a D-I-C-K. Let's go. Tell them haters to eat a D-I-C-K. Matter of fact, eat a roach's D-I-C-K. Eat a roach D-I-C-K. That's what you tell them. All y'all can eat a roach D-I-C-K. That's what you tell them.
Separation Sunday. Hey everybody, Scott Hansen here, and you're tuned in to the EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 14, presented by Lowe's. Lots to get you caught up on. We'll start down in the Bayou. The Saints at home to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's the former Penn State Nittany Lion, Katron Allen. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. The Jaguars keep it rolling. They get their 6th straight victory here. On now to our playoff hunt segment, and this game has implications in the NFC race. The Bucs at SoFi to take on the LA Rams. And here's the Rams wideout. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Rams are going to wind up winning by 17. And oh, how injuries can ruin the best of plans. Here's a look at the report for Week 14. The big news comes from the Atlanta Falcons, and it surrounds their outstanding tackle. It was an injury that didn't look good, and it turns out it's a dislocated ankle. He's expected to be out for the better part of a couple of months, but officials were quick to say this is not necessarily a season ender. They will reassess later in the year. Time now to shine the spotlight on our EA Sports Player of the Week. Our nominee is this man, Rashee Rice. He was terrific in the win at Indy. And this one was up there in near record territory, close to 300 yards receiving in a single game. Wow! A look now at this week's top performers in the NFL. 1 month left to play. Let's take a look now at the race to be the NFL's leading passer. The leader to this point, Joe Burrow of Cincinnati. With that, a look at the playoff picture as we move into the month of December. That'll do it for us. Until next week, Scott Hansen in Orlando. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.
With its distinctive swimming pools in the upper deck, there's a look inside Everbank Stadium here in Duval County, Florida. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys just 2 wins over their last 6 games. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week result this time around.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 39-yard line.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. As strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. On first down, Bond. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Second and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Bond. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. You look at this Jaguar defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Now a handoff up the middle. Herron. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Lawrence. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. This defense for the Jags, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points. And if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You look at this Jaguar defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Falcons.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance, going for it on 4th. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Sam Laporta from 13 yards out. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
The kicker.
Risk right there, going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Jags offense, led by their wide receiver, headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's had an early impact on the game. Sensational so far. And they'll likely be looking to find more ways to get him involved. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And 9 yards.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be fourth down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Falcons send out their punter. And with a strong wind at his back, he's on to punt it away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
They'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
And the Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Pace. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
At the 49-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And quickly they get to the line.
2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
They'll give to Katron Allen. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13
yards on the play. That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins.
To number 88.
The Jaguars at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now Brown, oh, he lost the football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll run on first down. Pace. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Falcons' 20-yard line.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Pace. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. On first down, Herron. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 41.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
The Jaguars offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
A loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 at the 37-yard line.
On second down, they'll run it here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's man.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Pace. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
33-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Lawrence will throw. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Now Lawrence. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Lawrence. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Falcons.
Now a give right side. Herron. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tackle made at his
Second down and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Lawrence to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
8 yards to go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flores. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll run for it. This is Allen. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Jaguars first down.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now a carry for Allen. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's man. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Here's Allen. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And quickly they get to the line.
That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Back to throw here. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
It's 4th down.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll go with a keeper. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. Allen is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Leads to second.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Allen here on the screen. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 4 yards out. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Able to find Pryor. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And the Falcon first down.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Look at the big fella go. And finally wrestled down at the 11. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here. Now Lawrence. That's complete right around the 8. Oh, he's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. Touchdown, Falcons! Sam Laporta as time expires in the first half. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. Halftime coming up. Let's get you downstate an hour or two to Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Our spin around the NFL starts now. It begins at MetLife Stadium. It's the Jets at home to take on the Eagles. And this is Eli Stowers. He's going to stretch the field here, and this one is on target. 42 yards for the touchdown. The Eagles looking to make this a double-digit win season. They lead at the break. Now for a game with playoff implications perhaps in the AFC, the Browns on the road to take on Cincinnati. And this is Parker Washington. He's going to look this one in, and he'll take it from there. 44 yards, and you can rack it up. It's a touchdown. This one's gone to half. They're all square at 17 apiece. Lastly, a lot of debate among the staff as to who our impact player should be this week. We've settled on this man. And here's the Cowboys wideout. One of his 2 touchdown catches in the game coming right here. The Cowboys come away with a victory. They win by 6. With that, time to take a look at the playoff picture here in Week 15. In our game, the folks in the stands have had something to cheer about, namely the play of their quarterback. His guys looking to keep this long winning streak going as we give it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, Pace. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pace. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
33-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
It's a loss of 6. Brings up 3rd and 15.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And quickly, they get to the line.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 15.
Now a handoff up the middle. Pace. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They need 2. Here's third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Up the middle they go. Pace. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain.
Result of the play.
Looking to put a drive together. Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 16-yard line.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. That's taken it around the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull him down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
The tackle made back at his 48-yard line.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Flores. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So on 4th down, they're going to go again. Keep in mind they're 3 of 4 so far in these situations. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. They'll run with Allen. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
18 yards on the play. That's another Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll look to throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. On the toss, here's Robinson. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Robinson with another carry. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yard pickup. First down, Falcons.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to a field goal. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That is caught by Laporta. And he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now Lawrence. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 13-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Here's Lawrence. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
Gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And quickly, they get to the line.
And the Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. Pace. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 147 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
43-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And down to the 36-yard line here. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pace. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
17-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
And the Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 14. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. His throw incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he comes back with one complete.
Lawrence's pass.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's
Now Lawrence to throw. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. And the Falcon first down.
On play action, Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Checks this one down to Robinson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. That one let go deep for Laporta. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. They'll run on 1st down. Pace. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pace. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
2nd and 9.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
Made at the 3-yard line. A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now 4th down and 1.
They'll try and run for it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here. Now the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were
down the numbers. There he goes. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Falcons. Sam Laporta, 62 yards. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And quickly, they get to the line.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 40-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. That is into the hands of Coleman downfield. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Jaguars, first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Allen here on the screen. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal at the Falcons' 4-yard line.
2nd and 4. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Atlanta regains possession of the football. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
From the pocket. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
A final shot now for Lawrence. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Jags come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars.
Hey everybody, Scott Hansen here. Who's been naughty and who's been nice? Let's find out. This is your weekly recap for Week 15, presented by Lowe's. Plenty of action to get you caught up on. We'll start in Jacksonville. The Jaguars at home to take on the Atlanta Falcons. And this is the running back. He's going to get the carry here, and look at him go. This is a 72-yard touchdown run. The Jaguars are absolutely red hot. They've now won 7 in a row as they get the job done in this one. From there, let's look in on the Titans and Chiefs at Arrowhead. And here's the speedster, Xavier Worthy. He was wreaking havoc on the secondary all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown grabs on the afternoon. The Chiefs win their 2nd straight as they get the victory here. Staying healthy, absolutely critical at this point of the season. Let's check out the Week 15 injury report. The big news of the week is the New York Jets involving their quarterback. The diagnosis is a torn bicep. His guys are going to have to find a way to make do without him for a spell. One more to show you, and it's out in Seattle, the Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's the Seahawks quarterback. He connects here on a 36-yard touchdown. The Seahawks keep their playoff hopes alive. They move back to 500 at 7-7 with the win. From there, let's take a look at the league leaders in sacks. We've seen some incredible individual performances, and here are the best of the best through 15 weeks. With that, time to take a look at the playoff picture here in Week 15. So that'll put a bow on this one. For all the hardworking men and women here in Orlando, Scott Hansen saying goodnight. We'll see you next week right here on EA Sports.